Have you ever wondered who's really in control of the global economy? What if I told you there's a financial giant so powerful, it has its hands in nearly every corner of the world, influencing everything from the stock market to the economy you interact with daily? That giant is BlackRock, an entity so huge, it controls more wealth than any country on Earth. But BlackRock claims to be a passive investor. So, what's the truth? Are they quietly shaping the world behind the scenes? Or are they just riding the wave of American economic expansion? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the conspiracy surrounding BlackRock, its $10.6 trillion, and the mysterious forces controlling the fate of nations. Finance Basics. BlackRock, one of the world's most powerful financial giants, has a unique way of gaining influence and control in the market. At its core, it operates as an asset manager, pooling massive amounts of money to grow wealth for its clients. But how does it manage to hold so much power? The secret lies in a financial innovation from the 1970s, the index fund. Unlike traditional investment strategies that focus on picking a few winning companies, BlackRock's index funds allow investors to buy small shares of every company in an entire market, spreading risk while capturing the overall market's performance. Think of it as betting on every horse in the race, rather than just one. This strategy is known as passive investing. BlackRock buys a little bit of everything and holds on to it for the long term, rather than constantly trading in and out of stocks. While index funds are generally less risky and require less day-to-day management, BlackRock's massive size means it owns significant stakes in many companies across various industries. This gives it a degree of universal ownership, making it nearly impossible to liquidate their holdings in any one company without causing market chaos. Most of the funds BlackRock manages come from large institutions like pension funds, insurance companies, and university endowments. But at the heart of it all, it's regular people, those with 401(k), college savings, and insurance policies whose money flows into BlackRock's vast pool, unknowingly giving it even more influence over global markets. Universal ownership. BlackRock's mysterious grip on the global economy might be far deeper than you ever imagined. While many think of powerful investors as high-flying, risk-taking moguls, BlackRock's true strategy is a lot more subtle and potentially far more influential. Instead of chasing returns directly from the markets, BlackRock profits primarily from the fees it charges its clients. The more assets it manages, the more it earns, no matter how well the investments perform. With over $10 trillion under management, BlackRock doesn't just invest, it dominates. Their model of universal ownership means holding shares in nearly every publicly traded company across the globe. You might think a 3 to 10% stake in each of these companies sounds small, but it's enough to influence major corporate decisions. Selling just a small fraction of their shares could send the entire market into a tailspin. In fact, a 5% share in any company makes BlackRock or any of the big three, which includes Vanguard and State Street, the largest shareholder, a major player in corporate control. Take Amazon, for instance. While Jeff Bezos owns just 9% of the company, BlackRock and its partners hold a massive 16%. This kind of power doesn't just change markets, it shapes them silently and efficiently. Despite claims that these firms should act in the long-term interests of the economy, their true focus remains the massive fees they rake in. Voting rights. Did you know that BlackRock, one of the world's largest asset managers, holds immense influence over your money without you even realizing it? It's true. BlackRock controls billions in investments, but it's not their own money they're handling. It's your pension fund, your insurance savings, and the funds of countless others. When you put money into a pension fund, you unknowingly sign away your voting rights. Your pension manager, in turn, hands those votes over to companies like BlackRock. This hidden power translates to significant sway in corporate decisions. A study found that asset managers overwhelmingly vote in favor of company executives' recommendations. Why? It's rooted in a system that's been in place since the 1980s, when corporate managers began receiving stock options as part of their pay. This move tied their financial interests directly to corporate profits, shifting their focus from running companies well to maximizing profits for shareholders who now include the executives themselves. The result? The wealthier elite pocket the lion's share, and regular workers are left with stagnating wages. At its core, BlackRock's power plays into the massive concentration of wealth, with the top 1% owning half of corporate equity. While the idea of what's good for shareholders is good for everyone sounds nice, it's far from the truth. In fact, the wealth gap continues to widen, with the top 10% holding 86% of the shares. BlackRock's dominance even impacts the prices you pay for goods. Holding stakes in major companies like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, it benefits from a lack of competition, because if they all win, they all profit. This leads to higher prices and stagnation in wages, all while small businesses and workers suffer. BlackRock's vast ownership across entire industries like airlines and banks reduces competition, making the economy less dynamic and more monopolized. Politics. When it comes to global power, BlackRock operates like a shadowy mastermind, pulling the strings behind the scenes. Forget about the old-fashioned idea of companies merging or buying each other out today. BlackRock's influence ensures that profits flow to the same elite individuals, no matter the game. With their massive ownership stakes in almost every major corporation, they've secured allies in high places, making them a key player in corporate and political circles. Between 2014 and 2015 alone, BlackRock conducted over 1,500 private meetings with companies in their portfolio. The firm firmly believes that behind-the-scenes discussions often have more impact than public votes against management. In fact, they tend to give corporate leaders a year of leeway before making any moves to challenge them. But their influence doesn't stop at boardrooms. BlackRock has deep ties within government, too. There's an undeniable revolving door between the company, the U.S. Treasury, the Federal Reserve, and other central banks worldwide. Their connections even extend to global institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Economic Forum. Since 2004, BlackRock has employed at least 84 former government officials, regulators, and central bankers. This convergence of politics and business shows no sign of slowing down. Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, is on the board of the World Economic Forum and even attempted to land the role of Hillary Clinton's Treasury Secretary in 2016. And it all began in 2008, when BlackRock struck a deal that would change the global financial landscape forever. Aftermath. Despite government efforts to increase oversight through the Financial Stability Oversight Council, BlackRock cleverly avoided scrutiny by ramping up its political lobbying, including an aggressive ad campaign. The firm takes advantage of a loophole called passivity, self-certifying its compliance, essentially auditing itself, a troubling process considering BlackRock's $10 trillion portfolio. But what's more shocking is the circular web of control. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street are all major investors in each other, creating a system where financial firms own themselves, amplifying their power without ever losing. While BlackRock doesn't own everything, its influence extends everywhere, quietly profiting from nearly every aspect of our lives. This self-perpetuating system has shifted the balance of power, as asset managers prioritize their profits over the public's welfare, making regulation increasingly difficult despite attempts by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and FDIC. BlackRock didn't create this system, but they've mastered exploiting it. It's time for a change. So, after all this, what do you think? Does BlackRock control the world, or is it just a massive, passive player in the financial game? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most powerful financial forces.